Welcome back, my friend. Kris Krohn here, and today we're going to be talking about how to find motivated sellers. Ultimately, we're looking for really good deals, and good deals, real estate is a business of people, so we're looking for the people that have a problem that needs solving, that have a reason to get rid of their property, and I'm going to be sharing with you the most powerful shortcut that I can find for finding the very best deals that fast. So I want to introduce you, if you haven't already, to my friend Burton. He's in town from California.
Hey, everyone.
And Burton's with PropStream, and what Burton does is he represents a software that they've been collecting data with for the last 14 years that essentially finds the very best deals, puts it all into a single system, and helps tee it all up for you. This is the ultimate tool for the real estate investor who wants access immediately to the very best deals. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this system, and we're actually going to see if we can pinpoint out of all the listings in an entire market, the very best deals.
Correct.
All right, so Burton's actually already done a filter. We're already loaded up. Now this is for Salt Lake City, but you could do this wherever you live because this is nationwide data.
That's correct.
And let's talk about the filter that we've just kind of set up. And
so this search we did in Salt Lake City, and the filter that we were looking for is we were looking for MLS listings, minimum 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, that are on market either as active or failed. So we're getting rid of anything potentially sold. And what we're also looking for is that the property is up to a value of, it was listed at up to $250,000. And the property itself is sitting on at least a minimum of 20,000 or 20% in equity.
So check it out. You guys know my system and the way I like to buy real estate, right? I mean, I'm buying single family homes. I want that 20% equity position that I want to be looking at. I always start with a minimum of 3 beds, 1 bath, but that doesn't mean I couldn't buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath or something like that. And again, for me, the most important thing is once we go over the median, we enter a level of risk because that market is going to turn, and anything over the median is going to be feeling those with bumps and bruises. Everything under the median, we ride them out pretty easy. That's why in 2008, I wasn't panicking. I was growing my real estate portfolio hand over fist, and I want to show you how to do the same. So that's the criteria that we've bumped in here, and now out of thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of listings, it has brought us all the way down to
206 results that fit Kris's criteria.
Okay, now check it out for a moment. I don't know if you understand this, but out of thousands and tens of thousands, these are the 206 that I care about. Doesn't mean I'm going to get 206, but this is where I want to spend my time. And this is not going to take a lot of time because I've got this. Like, for example, check this out. Let's pull up one of these right here. So this is a listing, 216 North, 900 West. This is in Salt Lake.
So we know who the owner is. So Jose owns the property. We see his property characteristics, site information, last sale information, which again includes his mortgage information, terms of his mortgage.
What does he owe on the house?
So right now, our system is calculated based on his mortgage information that he got in 2007 at $77,000. We also our system will check any activity that has happened after the initial mortgage purchase, which nothing has.
So basically he owes $77,000 approximately.
Right, but we reverse calculated based on the time frame his loan was captured and recalculate that he's currently sitting on about $61,000 on a mortgage balance.
So this is saying that his house maybe has a value of $128,000?
Correct. That is our estimated value calculator. It utilizes a very patented algorithm. So what we do is we take like properties, their sell records, and average them out for you. However, we give you the ability to run your own comps, right? So as we can see here, he does owe a balance of $61,000, but we have our comparables in nearby listings for you to look further into. And beginning with the first box, comps, these are the county recorded comps. We normally default it to half a mile, but you have the ability, and you know your market better, to extend that by a mile, 2 miles. So here, if we do a mile, we're now pulling more comps. We have 17 comps that we can now filter through. So we can now say, find me the ones that are 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. So within a 1 mile radius, we have, actually, let me limit that, 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. We have 9 properties that sold within the past year that are considered comps, and our system is averaging the comps value at 243. So
Okay.
It's a lot higher than what our estimated value is. And not only do we give you access to comps, but we also give you access to the 150 most recent MLS listings within a 1 mile radius of the property. So you can now see what brokers are doing, what properties are active at what price, what properties sold at what price, and potentially what properties have failed because of maybe the prices being too high.
Now, for those of you that are new to the game of real estate, what Burton has just explained is how this amazing software that has taken basically dozens and dozens or even hundreds of hours of work and literally performed it in a matter of seconds. For those of you that don't necessarily speak real estate, what just happened here is crazy exciting because we got a property here that is worth $140,000-ish. The person owes, under $70,000 on it. It's roughly half paid off. And this is a person who's actively trying to sell their home. That information gives us ammunition, helps us understand information about them. But here's what I want to do right now, Burton. We want to really get hands-on information on who we can track down. So we've got 206 possible homes that could be great deals with equity. How do we actually do this, what you call a skip trace, which is how do we actually find their information? Because the county only provides so much information.
Absolutely.
If I want cell phones or emails, how do I actually get that information?
Perfect, great question. So now that we've narrowed down our results, the first thing you're going to want to do is highlight every single one of them and add them to a list. Now this list is pretty much a list that you get to create. It's a marketing list, so I'll call this the Kris list.
I like that, the Kris list. You could also call it the money list. It's going to be good.
All right. So once we save your properties, they're going to go into your portfolio called the properties page. So this is where we're going to monitor all the groups that you've created, motivated seller, motivated buyers. This port will let you analyze them even further, delete any ones that are not really good leads. But once we have your groups saved,
Because I'm not lazy, but I don't want to call 206 people. I want to call like the winning 4.
absolutely.
Let's find it out.
All right, so let's assume we narrow down to 206. We've done our analyzing. Now the next step is skip tracing. So in our contacts page, the third section, we have a feature called the append jobs. And what this does, it allows you to take a selected group. In this case, we're going to choose Kris's list. So here are all the addresses that we've narrowed down, all of our leads. Now we're going to select them, and we're going to go ahead and proceed. All right, so here we go. So now it's going to ask us what type of information we like per address. So our system gives you the ability to ask for up to 1 landline, 2 cell phones, or 2 emails.
Yes, please.
And it's 10 cents per piece. So for me, I want as much information as you can possibly give per address. We also give you the ability to exclude any numbers that are on the national do not call list. So if you do want results, you can take a risk and not scrub the list, but you will be held liable for that. For safety reasons, I usually scrub the list. So now what it's telling me is out of all the contacts selected, 36 of them have been removed, either because there's not enough information, they're duplicates, meaning that they're the same people within the 169 I've selected, or we've ran the job previously in the past, so we won't charge you again. So now I place my order, and I can call this a new thing. I can call this the Kris list with contact info. And once I place my order, your order will be processing. And this process, depending on how large your list will take anywhere between 15 minutes to several hours, again, depending on how large your list is. But once our list is done, just to give you an idea, you will get emails and phone numbers auto-populated for you.
Oh my gosh.
So we go
incredible.
from emails, phone numbers. So this is our processing. Nothing has been implied yet, but once a job is completed, emails and phone numbers will be applied for you. So we just have to wait a few more minutes.
Oh man, that's so incredible. So now it costs some money to actually be able to do that, right?
Correct.
If you want to actually scrub and get some contact information. So how much was that?
It's 10 cents an item.
So basically 10 cents a phone number, or is 10 cents for an email address.
Correct.
And guys, I'm telling you what I'm looking for. Above all, I'm looking for cell phones. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to text the person. I'm going to say, hey, I saw your listing. I'm interested in making an offer. I don't have a realtor. Can I go direct through you? And guess what they're going to say? All day long, yes. Why? because they have to pay 6% realtor fees and you just saved them $10,000 to $15,000. Literally, you could just get the property for maybe 10 or 15 grand less depending on its price point, just because you're now working directly with the seller and you're leaving realtors out of it. Guys, this is a huge, powerful negotiating tool. And again, in a matter of minutes or hours, we've got access to the most relevant information for getting the very best deals. Friends, if you want to know how to access this, I've worked a deal with PropStream. I've asked them as a favor to our entire community. We don't want to pay what they charge the rest of the world. We want to pay a whole lot less. And I've also negotiated on your behalf that I want free trial for you, which means that all you have to do is click the link in the description below and you can actually get on a free trial right now and you can actually hop on and start getting out there and finding good deals. I'm going to tell you, this has replaced every other known software out there that anyone's been using over the years to find good deals. It's now in one place, it's cheaper, it's at your fingertips, and if you're looking for good deals, it's not only available, we've negotiated with Burton and the team to get it to you for free. So click the link, get on it right now, and start finding that deal that has $50,000 so that you can make your life better.